Folks, it's Greg and Janet. Today we're in Dallas, Texas, and we're visiting the Grove Hill Memorial Park Cemetery, and we're here to see Chief Jesse Curry. He was the chief of police when John F. Kennedy was assassinated. You guys know the easiest way to find Jesse. He's in section 170. See this sign right here? It says 170. Well, when you see that sign, when you're coming down the roadway and you see section 170, pull over next to the sign, and he is resting about 35 feet directly behind that sign. And here is Jesse's headstone. Jesse E. Curry, October 3rd, 1913 to June 22nd, 1980. So he lived to be almost 67 years old. He resides here next to his wife, Bessie M. Curry, March 1st, 1918 to May 6th, 1986. And their grave sites, also right behind it, behind the hedges here, is the pond here at the cemetery. So this one is not too difficult to find. For the most part, almost everybody in this cemetery is hard to find.
Yeah, Jesse Edward Curry. Okay, this is section 170, lot 22, space 7. Okay, he joined the police department in 1936, but he did work for, he went to Dallas Technical High School. He worked for a battery company. He had a cleaning service, and then he started with the police department. Okay, he did go to the FBI National Academy in Washington. He also became chief of police in 1960, so just 3 years before the assassination. Okay, there's Winston Lawson took charge of everything with the Secret Service, that took charge of all the operations that was going on with the police department and that type of thing, the routing of the car, but he drove the lead car in the parade for JFK. And there's a lot of information, radio conversations. Greg knows a little bit more about that stuff, but to his dying day, he said that there were separate bullets. Okay, he said there were separate bullets for the shootings.
Coming from different directions?
Well, for JFK and Connally.
Okay.
They were separate bullets, absolutely. He had a book called in 1969, the JFK Assassination Files. So he was involved with that book. He was the author of that book. So I'm gonna start finding these books, because it's their own personal accounts of these actions, and it's not the Warren Commission, it's not the media. I want to know what they have to say, and I'm going to look up their books and try to find them and see what they were there. Anybody that was there, and it's not covered up, it's in their own words. I want to see it for myself in their words, not the media, not the Warren Commission. I just commend anybody that would stand up to them and hold their ground, and it sounds like he tried to. So anyway, tell them about the other stuff.
Hey, well, Jesse Curry was riding in the lead car of the motorcade that day.
Right.
And apparently, when they were coming up to the triple underpass, when they were coming down Elm Street and coming up to the triple underpass, Jesse noticed that there were as many as 13 men up on the triple underpass bridge there, the walkway. And he knew right away that that was against protocol. So he asked one of the officers there next to him, what's going on? Why are these men up there? And apparently there was no answer. He didn't know. Well, anyways, As they traveled under the triple underpass, he heard the first shot. When Jesse Curry, Chief Curry, heard the first shot, they slowed down and began to do a U-turn. He got on the radio and told dispatch, get somebody up on the triple underpass bridge, find out what those people are doing up there, what happened up there, because he had, I guess, initially thought maybe the shot had come from there. And so that's one of the things that I've read about Jesse Curry. And yes, he didn't go along with what the Warren Commission had said. He didn't believe that's the way things really happened. So interesting character, interesting guy.
Right. And he did lead the motorcade to Parkland Hospital, so he was involved in a big time way. And to actually be involved in law enforcement and somebody lost their life on your shift under your watch, I can't imagine.
Just happened to be the most important person in the world at the time.
Right, and I don't know. See, I got goosebumps now. I can't imagine what he had to live through. I mean, the guilt, or if he was involved in any way in a conspiracy, whatever. There's got to be guilt involved in some way. But I know that if I were there and I saw that whole thing, I'd have nightmares the rest of my life. You know, I just would.
Yeah.
But anyway, Bessie was his second wife. She had a daughter, but he had a sister Mabel, a brother Peter, and a sister Emma. But Kathy was the only daughter that he had with Bessie, apparently.
And here's another view of Jesse's headstone. Now, one thing I would like to mention is this cemetery, Grove Hill Park Memorial Cemetery. Yeah. Anyways, it's one of the most beautiful cemeteries we've seen. All of these huge, I guess they're oak trees. I mean, these things are huge. And where Jesse's buried, man, this is a really nice spot, because he's right across from the pond and he's in a shaded area. So, and if you decide to come out here and you don't have anybody give you directions exactly where the person is that you're looking for, bring an army of people with you, because
go to the office.
This is a hard cemetery to navigate.
Yeah, it sure is.
After the assassination took place of John F. Kennedy, there was kind of a hubbub over who laid out the route for the motorcade. And it all kind of came down on Jesse Curry's head. But Jesse Curry said that no, that I had no say-so over the route. The Secret Service took care of that. That was the Secret Service's doing. The Secret Service was kind of being mum about it. They weren't saying anything. Everybody just assumed that Jesse Curry was responsible for the change in the route or whatever the situation was. But Jesse Curry said no, that the Secret Service took care of all those plans. We were there to support the Secret Service.
Strange RV tours will take you places with Greg and Janet's smiling faces. You might see a crazy flavored soda review or some tips to fit your RV too. So come along, won't you join us, friend, as we discover what's around the bend. Just sit right back in your easy chair. Strange RV Tours is on the air. Strange RV Tours is on the air.